Vaheguru, 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 Vaheguru.
Ask me a question, let me answer it. Okay, I believe in the one creator who's all around me and inside me and everywhere. But that creator, he needs to be found by me. And the guru helps me to find him.
You say your God is everywhere.
Yeah.
If your God is everywhere,
yeah.
Why do you need guru? Because he's here.
He's here right now. But when you're in the dark and you're lost, don't you need someone to hold your hand and take you to the place?
You left God for guru.
No. You're misunderstanding. You know, at night time. Okay. No, I didn't say that. You're putting words in my mouth. Okay. Why do you need Prophet Muhammad in the Quran then? Why do you need him?
I will answer that. But you said God is everywhere.
Yeah.
So when God is everywhere,
yeah.
I don't need anyone else. Because he's around.
So you don't need the Quran then?
No, I didn't say
that. By your logic, you don't need the Quran then?
What I'm saying is...
why do you need the Quran?
Quran is the word of God.
So Guru Granth Sahib is the word of God as well? And the Guru speaks the word of God?
But for me, I ask Allah alone.
Okay. I pray to God as well. I pray to God as well.
But you say your God is everywhere, and yet you're talking about guru.
But it makes no sense what you're saying.
You left
But it makes no sense what you're saying, because the same logic applied to Islam means get rid of the Quran and get rid of Prophet Muhammad.
No, what I'm saying is, when you have the very...
But make a sensible point. I'd love to address it, but your point makes no sense.
The question is,
right.
When, for example, I ask Allah, ask any Muslim,
right.
Only Allah.
Okay.
Because we know we can.
Right.
Good.
Okay.
Greatest.
Great.
Because I don't need minor one.
Right.
Likewise.
Right.
You said your God is one. You believe one God.
Yeah.
And He's everywhere.
Yeah.
When you mean everywhere, it means He's here.
Yeah. Right now.
I hear you.
Yeah.
So if you have that God.
Yeah.
Why do you need Guru?
To teach me, bro. Teach me about Him.
Your God is Saddam.
Well, God is here, but how am I going to know about Him? I'm a lost and confused person. I need someone to guide me. Are you telling me that the Quran is not giving you any wisdom?
The Quran is different. I will ask you.
But is there wisdom required?
Yes.
Right, so the Guru is giving me wisdom and teaching me how to find God.
So this Guru, what he said, from where?
Huh?
Can you link it, this Guru with this God?
Of course. The Guru is saying, I'm telling you the message of God.
How do you know he's from God?
Well, that's a good question. How do I know the Guru is from God?
Yeah.
Because of his actions and his message. Two things. His actions were amazing. He lived very compassionately. He shared. He encouraged us to share. Even now, 500 years later after the Gurus, the Sikhs every day feed people every day in a Gurdwara. You go into any Sikh temple, you get free food. You know about this? Any Sikh temple you walk into, you will get a free meal. No questions asked. No matter, every day you can come for the rest of your life, you get a free meal.
You mentioned 500 years ago.
So the Guru came
that time, who was Guru?
No, the Guru came 500 years ago.
So before that?
Before that, people had...
For example, during Jesus,
yeah,
Moses,
look,
where is the link?
Bro, all right. Listen, let me... Do you want me to answer or not? Do you want me to answer? Okay, I'll answer it. Okay, before the Guru came here, there was a lot of people that had guidance, but the guidance was not perfect. It's like maths book. You know, you got a maths teacher who's a PhD level, you got somebody who is GCSE level, somebody who is primary school level. So people are different level of maths. Doesn't mean the maths was wrong, but the Guru came to give the ultimate maths so we can all link it together, so we get the theory of everything. You get it?
Okay. So who is that? So you said before 500 years, no Guru.
No, there was people that were teachers, but they were not perfect.
I'm asking about Guru. 500 years ago.
There was okay. Let's make two words. Yeah.
No,
let's make two words. Because you don't understand about my faith that much. I'm going to give you... Okay, there's two words, yeah? One is a guru, a teacher, a guide, an enlightener. Another word is Satguru. Satguru is somebody who is totally one with God. And that person, Sat means truth, yeah? Satguru is somebody who is totally one with God. Sorry? Satguru is our Guru. Our Guru is Satguru. But the other people that were there beforehand, they were Gurus. But they weren't perfect. Satguru is perfect. You get it? Sat means truth.
So 500 years.
Sat just means truth. The Guru of the truth. Right? The full truth, the complete truth. So Prophet Muhammad, for example, he's a Guru for the Muslims, right?
We don't call Guru, but we call a Prophet.
But it's just semantics, bro.
But Muhammad, nothing new. Before him, prophets like Jesus, Moses, Solomon.
Right, so we say, look.
But you are different. Out of Guru, you're talking about 500 years ago, one Guru who was born maybe in some continent.
He was born in India.
You know he's telling the truth. How do you know someone?
Well, because he's telling us to meditate and experience God, right? And hold on, whoa, bro. Slow down. We're not arguing here. I believe in the same God that you believe in.
Discussion.
It's a discussion, but I believe in the same God you believe in. I pray to God. I believe we're all equal. So we're close. We're close together. Me and you, we're people of God.
The difference is, I know my God through Him.
Yeah.
His message.
Yeah. And I know my Guru. I know God through my Guru.
No.
And His message.
But that's not
The Guru Granth Sahib Ji is now. Hold on, there is a difference. No. The Guru Granth Sahib Ji now, our Guru now, is a text. The 10 Gurus, they put their writings into a text and they said, this is now your eternal Guru. So the Sikhs, we follow our scripture, which we believe to be the word of God, that the Gurus gave us. And when I sing those words, I will get to my answer. You said, how do I know it's true? When I sing those praises of God, when I meditate, when I serve people, when I do those things, I feel God inside me, so I know it's true.
Let me tell you something. British government colonized India for some time. Am I right? What about if you
filming this? Hanji.
What about British government?
Yeah, they colonized.
India for some
That's
time.
for quite a few years, yeah.
What about if you believe what they said about India? Because they wrote, many British historians, they wrote about India.
Yeah.
So do you believe what they said is correct, 100%?
I don't get your point. Like if they're telling the
That's what I
truth.
said. Don't escape. Let me repeat. British government colonized India.
Yeah.
Many British historians, they wrote about India.
Right.
Understand?
Yeah, I understand.
You believe what they wrote about India is 100% correct?
Not 100% correct, no.
Likewise, as a Muslim, I know good through what God said, not what others said.
Yeah.
Likewise.
But how do you know the Quran is from God? But the same question.
God is speaking to Moses,
Right.
Muhammad, that's directly, not
So same with us, right? We believe. Look, I'm not here. By the way, just to give. I'm not here to convert anybody. Just the first thing. Nor am I trying to tell you that Islam is wrong.
That's not the issue.
Okay? It is an issue because it's important, because I have to make it clear, you got to get things right. We're not here to tell you that you're wrong to believe a Muslim.
That's a matter, okay.
Now, when you're asking me what do I believe, that's a question about me. I believe the Gurus gave us the truth, but what the truth was very interesting. What they said is, everybody's got parts of this truth. So the Muslims aren't wrong, and the Christians aren't wrong, and the Hindus aren't wrong. You got to look at what they're saying and what they're doing. You got to look at every person individually, how they behave. And then you get an understanding of this person, like, this person. We don't have to judge Christianity. God's only going to judge him. When he gets judged, he's going to judge the Christian, but he's going to get judged upon his own actions and how close he was to God. So every single person will get judged individually upon how close they are to God, how far they are.
No, you don't look at me, you look at Jesus Christ, not at me.
Let me finish with you. Sorry.
No, but when you get judged, you get judged. God's not judging Jesus Christ, he's judging you.
I know.
What is God?
Okay, you two. Let me finish with
The creator, sustainer, and the destroyer of everything.
troublemaker.
Makes everything and destroys everything. He's the one.
Why would a supreme being with so much intelligence and so much power care about human beings?
Why would he care about us? Because he created him. Why would your mum care about the food?
Now, are you saying now you changed? Are you saying
I didn't change
Muslims are
nothing,
right,
bro.
Christian are right, you are right, Buddha are right? That's what you say now.
No, look. Right and wrong are very harsh words. Let me be clear, my friend. Because a lot of hate in this world comes about from these two words, right and wrong. A lot of wars, a lot of fighting happens because people say you are wrong and we are right. Let me tell you, if somebody is following, is a good person, if somebody is praying, then they are good. If somebody is bad, then they are bad. It doesn't matter if they're Muslim or Christian.
My friend, you said.
How can you judge? Listen, how can you judge 1.6 billion people in one go?
But you said.
That's pretty harsh, isn't
But
it?
you said
Say all of you are wrong, all of you are right. It makes no sense.
Remember what you said? You said truth.
Even Muslims nowadays, that guy over there was telling me a minute ago, don't judge all Muslims by their actions.
I asked you this question because of you said truth in Muslims, some truth.
Yeah.
So do you
Yeah, I
believe
said
Muslims
that.
are right, Hindu are right, Buddha
Yeah,
are right?
there are some Muslims who are very good Muslims and they are better than me as a Sikh. I believe there's better people out there than me, many better people, and some of those people are Muslims.
Are they believers?
I believe loads of people are better than me, most people, and I think a lot of them are actually very good Muslims that are better than
For
me.
example, Islam. Islam, we believe if you reject Islamic message, you are non-believer.
Yeah, we don't believe that.
There's no philosophy.
We say if you reject God, you're a
That's
non-believer.
what Jesus said. If you don't believe me, you are disbeliever.
Yeah.
Moses said
We're not like
likewise.
that. We're not like that.
But you say, are you saying Muslims are correct, Indian are correct, Buddha correct?
Not all Muslims are correct, and not all Muslims are false. The ones that are believing in one God, the ones that praise that God, the ones that are compassionate, the ones that are loving, the ones that are humble, the ones that serve other people, they are right. Those ones that are evil, bloodthirsty, killing people. They're all wrong.
Listen, when we're talking about Islam, it's a religion. It has rules, regulation, jurisprudency.
Yeah.
But now you're talking about conditional hypothesis.
Are you asking? Hold on. Are you asking me to judge Islam or judge Muslims?
What I'm saying is...
No. I'm asking you. What's your question? Are you asking me to judge Islam or judge? Okay. You want me to tell you my view on Islam?
Yes.
Okay. My view on Islam is this. Okay. My view on Islam is this: that those people who read the Quran and then become good people who meditate upon God, then it's helping them. Those people that read that same text and become bloodthirsty, evil people, they'll suffer.
So, to you...
I don't have to judge the doctrine. It's not for me to judge that doctrine. Because the same sentence can be taken by two people in different ways.
To you, if Chinese government behave and to become a kind to its people, they are believers. That's what they believe.
The Chinese government, the difference with the Chinese government is it's a communist government, it doesn't believe in God.
I say if they become okay,
Do you believe all Chinese people go to hell?
No. How can you judge all Chinese people because of the government? That's crazy. Like, we shouldn't be generalizing. Everybody's judged individually, right? Every single person gets judged in what they did. We believe every single person gets judged in what they did and what they said and also what they thought. Three things, yeah? What you say, what you think, and what you do. These three things become our personal judgment.
Why would God care about what we think? The ego. Why would he have
Why would he not?
ego?
If you
Why
got,
would he want us to worship
okay,
him?
here's the question. If someone,
Ego.
okay, all right. If you give this person a slap,
Yeah.
there's many ways that slap could be interpreted because of your intention. He could be at this moment in time going through a fit. You want to bring him to his senses, you give him a slap out of love.
He's not.
On the other side, he could be a good person, you slap him because of anger. So obviously your intention matters, isn't it? You said to me, why did God think about your intention? I just said your intention matters.
that's not the case.
But I think he's got ego.
That's not
He's got
true. What you
ego.
said.
God's got ego.
No, why would he have ego?
Who's got ego? God has got ego.
Why would supreme beings care about what we think?
I'm just saying, you get judged on three things. It's logical, right?
Listen,
Your intentions matter. You agree?
it's slap in the face, that's what we're talking about.
No, it's not about the face.
Let me finish. If I slap you in the face, if you don't know me,
Yeah.
there's no interpretation. Everybody...
No. There's many interpretations, brother.
Let me finish.
There's
You're
many
talking about-
interpretations.
Let me finish. If you're talking about parents to child
Yeah.
or your friend, it's different.
Yeah.
That's what
But hold on now, the intention.
Knowledge, let me finish.
Yeah.
Knowledge, number one.
Yeah.
If someone who don't know is slapped in the face,
Okay.
there's no-
So therefore, you just said to me, you agree. That's what you just said to me. You just agreed with me. You said to me, a slap is not just a slap. It depends.
not even, it depends on the knowledge.
But you said it
Parent
depends.
is different.
Right.
You have knowledge.
Yeah.
Higher knowledge.
Yeah.
That's the issue.
Right.
But if you don't know someone and slap in the face,
So the thing you're saying is the same as what I'm saying. It's saying the same thing, right? It's your action, it's your thoughts, it's your words and your actions. Does anybody have any other question? No, look, brother, do you have a real question? You have a real question?
the real question is,
Okay, go on. Another question.
so far,
Yeah.
I can't see you are, because you are wobbling, you're talking about Muslim correct.
I'm wobbling.
So where's your message? What's your message?
My message is this, right? There's one creator, we are all equal, and we are here to experience God.
That's what Muslims say and Christians say.
He just
Okay.
said everything's
But
right.
here's one thing. Wait, calm down. All right, you gotta let me speak a bit, man, bro. Come on. All right. The second thing, when I said we're here to experience God, we believe that here, at the top of the head, there's a spiritual center. And as someone starts to meditate, they start to praise God, be a good person, serve people, this center opens up and you start to experience the bliss of God.
Yes.
And that bliss of God is in every single faith. There's Muslims that are talking about the bliss of God. There's Christians that are talking about it. There's Buddhists. There's Hindus. There's Sikhs. So the reality is it's the experience that's more important. I never once said everybody's right. All the people that are standing here, I never once said everybody. I said there's truth in every faith, but it depends upon they believe in one God.
Every religion, every faith
Has parts of the.
truth, which is right. Everybody have every
You look like a Christian, another version of Christianity.
But what he's trying to say
That's what he's
Listen, you might. You know what the thing with Sikhs are, yeah?
is not his religion.
Everybody thinks we're part of them. That's the funny thing about Sikhs. The Muslims say you must be part of us. The Hindus say you're part of us. Everybody goes around, listens to us, and they go, you lot, you sound like you're part of us. You know why that's good for us? Why we believe that's good? Is because we are the single unifying force, seems to be, around all these religions that seem to hate each other. We sit in the middle, and everybody goes, yeah, you're a bit like us. It's a good thing. Because the truth, it concurs. The truth concurs. So everybody sees in us the truth in their own faith.
The problem with the main religion, if we can call them main religion, is that what you seem to have is a leader, but the rest have a religious doctrine. When you have a religious doctrine without a leader, you will become, let me say, fanatical.
Okay.
Because
it depends on the doctrine. It really depends on the doctrine. If your doctrine,
a leader can teach you doctrine.
Right.
But when the
leader goes,
but then he leaves his teachings behind.
Right.
That is the difference.
Let me tell you something. Oh, listen.
Any religion has leaders.
The cool thing about the Sikhs, is because you might help you understand this. The gurus did not go in one go. They stayed for 200 years. There was 10 gurus. They stayed one after the other, consecutive, for 200 years. Some were guru for like 20, 30 years. Some were guru for only 3 years. But the gurus, they went one by one. Do you know why that was? Because to change a culture takes a long time. The gurus came to change the culture of the people. And they changed, in 200 years, they changed the culture of Punjab. Totally. And they made these people that were brave, these people that were giving, compassionate, and that culture is enduring. Even now, you know when the riots happen in London? You guys know about London riots?
Yeah.
In my area, in Southall, in my area, nothing happened. Ealing down the road, one guy got killed, loads of shops got looted. In my area, nothing happened. Do you know why nothing happened in my area? Because thousands of Sikhs got out of their houses and got on the streets, and nothing happened. With our weapons, we got on the streets, and the police, there was 3 policemen in Southall, and they were all having drinks with us, cups of tea. And they watched us walking around with knives, baseball bats, sword. They never said a single word. Because they trust us, because they know we're here to help.
What's the main fundamental doctrine of the Sikh religion?
The main fundamental doctrine is this: that when you experience God, you experience the bliss of God, your life will change.
And to get there, what are your practices?
The practices are: wake up in the morning when everybody else is asleep, in the dawn hours.
Around what, for example?
Between 3 to 6, wake up early. Let me finish, innit, bro? Pray, say God's name, chant God's name, sing God's praises, sit in holy company, other people that are trying to do the same thing, and then enjoy the bliss of God. And during the day, be as helpful, as honest, and as giving as you can, and as humble.
Between 3 and 6, these are the
ideal hours. It doesn't mean that it just stops there.
How long?
The whole day. Try the whole day to think about God.
Yeah, but for how long? Between that 3 and 6, for how long? 1 hour, 2 hours, 30 minutes?
Well, ideally, you want a tenth of your day. 2.4 hours a day.
You mentioned
6.5 hours.
Morning and evening, combined.
the speaker.
So it's
Prayer, be a good person. Take a leaflet. Panji, can you give a leaflet? Have you got one of these leaflets? Go check out our YouTube channel. We're gonna have to go soon, but check out our YouTube channel. There's loads of videos on there.
Let me ask a question. You mentioned Southall and the way you behave.
Yeah.
When it comes to India, you know how many Muslims you killed by Sikhs?
How many we killed?
Sikhs in
Okay,
India.
when?
Years ago.
When?
I'm talking Gujarati and
Gujarat, that was the Hindus, brother, not the Sikhs. Yeah, 100%. Bro, I would know. I'm from India, yeah, I know. No. The Prime Minister of India, who's coming to here soon, Modi, he was the Chief Minister of Gujarat. He's a fanatical Hindu, and it was the Hindus that killed all those people. But I wouldn't blame all Hindus. I would just say those Hindus. But the point is, there was never the Sikhs, not Sikhs. Let me give you an example of what happened, yeah? The 6th Guru, the Guru of the Sikhs, he built a mosque. The poor people of Sri Hargobindpur, the town, the Muslims came to the Guru. They said, we are too poor to have our own mosque. So the Guru, he got some land and he built them a mosque himself. I'm not talking about like the King of Saudi Arabia. The head of the Guru, the head of the religion, makes a praying place for Muslims. So we respect people, yeah, of all types.
I understand that.
Yeah.
But we're talking about message.
The message, we don't try to criticize the message of Islam. There are things that we disagree with. The main thing I would say overall is that we believe that women are totally equal.
What will happen when you die?
There's 4 choices. Okay? Choice number 1, the ideal choice. You become so spiritual while you're alive, you won't get judged. Because you become part of God, you go straight through. Yeah? Because you're one of God's own. He doesn't have to judge you. You know, He knows you, you know Him. You go straight into heaven. Heaven. In the presence of God. In heaven, There's no women and wine and all this kind of alcohol. You know, there's none of that kind of stuff. In heaven, you live in the presence of God, singing God's praises. People sing in heaven. They sing God's praise in heaven. So it's divine music and divine rapture all the time.
Like a robot.
Not a robot, my brother. The bliss.
To us, paradise is enjoyment. Because when you
People enjoy singing God's praises. I do. I know I enjoy singing God's praises. For me, that sounds like heaven. Choice number 2. You get tested, because the first one you didn't get tested. You get tested, but you pass and you go straight in. You get in, but you don't go straight in, you get tested. Number 3 is you get tested, but you fail. You didn't pass. Now, okay, so if you fail, there's different things that come after. You could come back as a human being again and try. You come back as an animal and suffer. It's like a lower level of hell. You come back as a plant, or the choice number 4. You don't come back as any living being. You go into hell for a little while, but it's not permanent hell. For hell is not permanent for us. It's like a punishment place.
For a while until
And then you come back into the cycle.
I ask you the question. Have you ever seen someone who came as an animal or because they were bad guys?
All animals came as animals, bro.
No.
I've seen animals all day long.
So you believe animals were
Have you
used?
seen a man?
No, all animals are souls. All animals have got souls inside them. Do you believe that animals are soulless?
Do you believe animals?
Do you believe animals have got no soul?
No, what I'm saying is,
I'll ask you that,
ask
bro.
about human being.
Okay.
Tell me, have you ever seen?
Every animal has a soul.
Someone told me that heaven's all full
I didn't
up.
ask about that. Because you
What
say-
is your point?
My point
Okay,
is, when
okay.
you die, you talk about four categories.
Yeah.
You say one of them failed,
Yeah.
and they can come back as an animal, whatever.
Or a human or whatever,
The
yeah.
question is, have you ever seen someone who were bad guy and came as an animal? Yes.
Me personally,
Or guru or what's
well, no, Guru has, yeah. The Guru has. I'll give you an example. I'll give you an example.
Decide what do we got to go? Animal or decide?
Not together. You and God together. Because you're here to have a spiritual experience. It's like you go watch a movie, right? You go watch a movie, but you put your thumbs in your ears and you put your hands across your eyes. But you didn't watch the movie. You were there. You didn't watch the movie, so you got to come back again and watch the movie. What is the movie? The movie is you experiencing God. So those people that come here and do not experience God, they have to come back again. You get it? The point is to experience God, right? Those that experience God, they fulfill their purpose, they go on. Those that don't experience God, they have to come back again.
So your guru has saw someone, has seen someone.
They gave many examples. For example, every single person here, except for those that have come only to lift other people up, every single person here failed. That's why we're back. But we didn't fail so badly. We got the human life. Every single plant and animal failed, but didn't pass in that high level.
We came short of the month. We were short of the month.
So we all passed, but we didn't get. But we all failed, but we didn't pass, but we got tested, we failed. So everybody here is the same boat. We're all in the same boat, my brother. All human beings, same boat. We're trying to find God, but we're confused. And the problem is every religion is trying to divide us and trying to have this kind of argumentation thing. That's why it's not really our scene to be up here shouting and stuff, yeah? I'm even trying not to shout. The point is that Guru is not trying to divide people, he's trying to unite people. That's why the Guru Granth Sahib Ji, our text, has got writings of people of other faiths. Because they said the truth is there as well. You show me one text upon earth, you show me one text upon earth that is of a faith that accepts the other religions have the truth and they put their writings in as well.
Islam talk about Moses and
Right.
Torah.
But how much of the Bible is in the Quran?
No, this is not the. This Bible.
How many writings?
This Bible is not
Okay, but how many How many writings by Christians are inside the Quran?
What I'm saying is,
Do you guys have your book? I know the Hindus have Bhagavad Gita.
We do. It's in the leaflet. Look at the message here. There's people bowing to a book. That's our text, Guru Granth Sahib Ji. It was made by the Gurus. The Gurus themselves sat down and dictated the words. The people wrote it down when they were dictating it. Then they came over and they checked it. There's only one text upon this planet, yeah? I'm not being rude, it's just the truth. There's only one text upon this earth where the prophet said it, it was written down, and it was checked by the person who wrote it.
if you go to his hometown in Africa, you will get many followers.
Many what?
Followers.
Followers. No, I don't want to go. I'm here. I'm on YouTube, bro. I'm on YouTube. People watch this all the time. People from all religions or no religions start to follow Sikhi. But it's a bit of a unique message, you know. It's like some people hear it and they go, this really is my message. Like Benji, she's Spanish, you know, she became a Sikh. She decided, you know, like my wife, she's Russian. They heard the message and they resonated with them, and they go, you know, I want to be a Sikh. But when you become a Sikh, you're not rejecting Islam and rejecting Jesus. You just understand what they are. They were people that brought the truth, but they didn't bring the complete truth. So the Guru brought the complete truth.
In that case, it's a
I've read the Quran, not all of it. I've read parts of the Quran. I've met Muslims, I've talked to Muslims. I'm not ignorant about Islam.
You know, few Sikhs compared to Islam.
Yeah, many Sikhs have.
think about Islam.
But you know what? I've met Sikhs that converted to Islam. I've met them. I talked to them as well. You know what they all said? They said, I don't know anything about Sikhi. My parents did not teach me.
That's not the case. Some of
No.
That's what Christians say. When they convert to Islam, they say they were not Christians. Something like that.
No. Okay, listen. Even if someone chooses to become a Muslim, that's cool. I ain't got anything wrong with it. All I'm saying is, when Sikhi, the proof for you is, I'm not competing with you. I'm just going to give you, because some people say, just because some Sikhs became Muslims, that means that Islam is better. That's what some people think. But here's the thing. 500 years ago, there were no Sikhs. Then, 300 years, 200 years later, there are loads of Sikhs. Where did they come from?
To me, there's no.
Where did they come from? From Muslims and Hindus that became Sikhs.
No.
Yes. Yes. The fifth Guru was killed by the Emperor of India, Shah Jahangir. In his book, Jahangir is writing in his own memoirs. He's saying this fifth Guru and Sikhi, many Muslims became Sikhs. I don't like it. I want to finish this off. So he killed the Guru.
Whatever,
I'm just telling you that many Muslims became Sikhs.
But what I'm saying is,
Just the truth.
to me, Sikh is like, you know, Ahmadiyya.
Yeah, I know about them. Yeah.
Pakistan,
Yeah, I
they
know.
came same thing. They
Yeah, I
follow
know. I know about them.
Okay, Ahmadiyya and his prophet. To me, you are equal.
It's up to you what you believe about us. I'm not arguing with you. It's up to you what you believe. But don't think for 1 minute that the Guru in his Granth, in his Bani, he's saying that I just made this up. The Guru is saying I'm getting this from God.
That's not true.
It's for you not true. But the thing is, look, you're standing in front of me, right? Look, listen, we're standing, me and you, I don't hate you. I got no hate for you. You're brothers, right? Brothers in humanity. But what you're doing at the moment is a bit rude.
I agree.
You're standing in front of me and telling me my Guru is a liar.
In your things, yes.
No, but
in reality,
but I would never stand in front, even if deep down I don't believe.
reality is this.
But
I agree
reality,
with you,
it is rude. So when we live in a society, living together, when we live together, we don't go and tell each other that you are wrong, you are wrong. We look at the person, right? So what the Guru says to me, the Guru was, so is it, exactly. So is exactly. Sure, exactly. So the 10th Guru was asked the question by the King of India, the Mughal King of India, a Muslim, said to him, what is better, your religion or my religion? The Guru was asked this by the Mughal King. You know what his answer was? He said, to you, yours is beautiful. To me, mine is beautiful.
Yeah, it's correct, but I need to respect.
Because we're here to get along. We're here to get along.
To me, it's not wisdom that
Yeah.
You respect my religion,
Yeah.
and you respect my
To me,
country,
And we get along. And we're like brothers, you know, in the world. We live together, we get along.
To me, your guru like is a politician. So
No, not a politician. But that's a bit of a rude thing. It's a bit rude. Because the Guru is here to change the
can't
world.
say my religion is good. Yes,
No, I agree with you. I know that you in your religion cannot believe that my Guru is speaking the words of God. That's fine. I understand
He's a
that.
politician. That's why I talk. That's why I compare.
But it's
with
still,
Ahmed Quran.
but the thing is this,
Ahmed Quran was a
right?
politician.
Listen.
Created by British government.
But here's the addition, right? The Guru, he was there before the British, number one. Number two, the Guru did more than just a politician. Yes, he lived in politics, lived in the world. But don't tell me that the Guru, who spent 22 years meditating underground, is a politician.
Because of
He
what
was
he
a
said.
saint.
Because of what
The
he
Guru,
said. Any-
if you are a Muslim, you want to speak the truth, you can't call the Guru just a politician, because that means he's not a man of God.
According to what he said.
But Islam says there's many prophets of God. And some of them have not been recognized. Do you agree?
Because of what you said about Guru, it's a politician when he said this Magul was right and my religion, that's politics.
No.
Because truth is one, anytime, any given time. Moses said, I am right, you are wrong. Pharaoh, you are wrong. Jesus said so. Muhammad said so.
Do you know
Noah said so.
what you said now? What you said now?
Anyways, you say you are right and I'm right. That's what they call
Okay,
it.
I'm going to address that. So my Muslim friend has said to me, there can only be one truth.
Anytime.
And therefore, Somebody must be right and everybody else must be wrong.
So religion, faith.
Okay, alright. Let me address that point. Here's what we believe, yeah? You don't judge the doctrines. Everybody on earth is on, from 7 billion people, they're either closer to the truth or further away from the truth. That is what's going on. God is not judging the book, He's judging the person. When you go in front of God, He's not going to say, oh, well, your faith said this. You're going to be judged individually. Every single person, whether Muslim, Hindu, Christian, gets judged individually. So, when you get judged, it depends upon how good you are and how bad you are. You don't have to sit here arguing about religion. Firstly, think about the person. Secondly, right? What you said is only one truth. That's not true as well. Because in this world, there's many scientific theories, right? And some people only know one bit of science. Like a physician, a physics person only knows physics. It doesn't mean chemistry is wrong. Just because somebody knows physics only doesn't mean that all of physics is wrong. In the same way, a Buddhist, he knows about meditation. He knows about controlling the mind. He knows about nirvana, self-control. But he does not understand the concept of submission to God's will. He doesn't. But doesn't mean that that is wrong and this is right, or this is right, this is wrong. No, because we have both. We have both. We believe in submitting to God's will, and we understand the Muslim and we understand the Buddhist.
We're talking about faith.
This is what I'm trying to say. It's a higher level of truth. It's like the theory, the unifying theory of everything, you know. It understands everybody. For me, that is Sikhi.
Philosophy. I didn't say about science.
Bro, what you're saying is a cause of so much anger and fighting in this world. That there's only one truth. It just causes so much trouble.
Let me finish.
In essence, is that Islam is right.
Yeah, I know. That's what he's trying to say to me. I understand that. But that's his job as a Muslim, innit? And you can't. I'm not going to cuss him for it. It's all right.
Let me finish my point.
Go on, bro.
When I'm talking about faith, I'm not talking about science, because you don't understand that. Science. Today they say something, tomorrow they improve. It's not true.
Okay, all right.
Science, for example, medicine, biology, physics.
Yeah.
It's not true. Sometimes they improve something.
Yeah, they improve.
The fact.
Yeah, like the iPhone 4, iPhone 5, iPhone 6. You know, they keep improving. Okay.
Don't call it true. This is science. We improve.
Okay, we improve, right? Improve, yeah.
But it's not true.
Yeah.
But when talking about truth, I'm talking about faith.
Yeah.
Who represent the faith? Like Noah, Moses, Jesus, Muhammad. Always they say truth is one.
Yeah.
Give someone who represents the faith who said truth is not one. Name one.
No. The truth is the one. The truth is the truth.
No, it's one.
The truth, the truth.
I agree, but
yeah.
it's one.
But
it's one.
Okay.
Anytime.
All right.
Anytime.
What's your name? Abdul. What do your children call you?
I don't have children, but
okay, but if you had children in Islam,
they call my name.
Baba, yeah, they call you Baba or something. Yeah? Abba. What is your wife call you?
Sorry.
Are you married?
No.
Okay, let's just assume you got X. He's called Jonathan by his friends, or John by his mates. He's called Jonathan by his parents. He's called Joe by his wife. His friends call him Jojo. He's one person with many names. Now if you say Jojo standing there, that's a sentence. But at the same time, the truth is Jonathan is standing there. And at the same time, so the truth comes in many ways.
That is standing there.
Yeah. So if you stand there and say the truth is only one, yes, there is only one truth. There's only God. God is the only truth upon the world. However, many people know Him in different ways. Some people know Him as the Beloved. Even in Islam, even within a family of Sunni Muslims, some people are going to be loving Him. Some people are going to be following Him. There's not one person upon this earth that has really the same religion as anybody else. We're all different.
Listen.
There's 7 billion religions upon earth.
I understand, but your analogy is not. This gentleman,
Well, he agrees. She agrees.
Let me finish. Interrupt.
But before you go, I want to say one more. Hold on. One more thing. My guru tells me one thing, right? He says, don't argue with people. No. You know why he says that? Because this discussion, I've been having it with you for about half an hour.
That's why he said,
it's going nowhere.
When you losing the faith, you reverse
listen.
this. You see, already you become a
listen. No. I'll tell you why. Right? The Guru is telling us, listen. You know, by you coming here, what you're doing is, you're taking away the joy of talking about God's name.
No, understand.
We want. I'm not here.
I leave if you
Listen,
want.
I would like that. I'll be honest with you. At the moment, you're taking away the joy of talking about. I'm here to talk about God's name. I'm not here to argue with you about religion. I'm here to talk about God's name. Whether you're a Christian, you're a Muslim, or a Hindu, if you want to connect to God, that's what I'm here about.
I will go. Okay.
I'm not preaching a religion. I'm talking about God's name.
I will go. No,
Right?
Bro, I promise. The question is, your analogy when you mention about Baba is not correct. Why?
Why?
This Baba is not name, it's a relationship. For example, a woman, married woman, she call her husband one person,
Yeah.
not anybody.
Yeah.
And husband and wife is not name.
Yeah.
It's a relationship.
Right.
So your
Get to your point.
Your analogy is good. So now you become a politician. When you lose the debate, you refer.
I'm not losing anything, bro.
He told you.
Have anybody here say I lost anything?
Thank you very much.
All right, thanks, brother. Thanks. The thing is, right, we come here to raise awareness about our faith, but we're not trying to convert anybody. But obviously, there's a lot of people in this world that are trying to convert other people, innit? So when you come there, they're going to try to prove you wrong to prove themselves to be right. But the thing that is sort of sidestepping, which he thinks is politics, but it's not. It's actually a theory of how to get along together, is you don't go and criticize somebody else's faith, you just look at the person. Is he a good person? Well, let's get along. If he's a bad person, you've got to stop them. But the reality is, if we all had that mentality, right, it causes wars and conflicts, right? But actually, there's 7 billion people, 7 billion religions. We're all different. But what can unite us, firstly, is the experience of God. When you look at a Christian saint talking about their love of God, and you look at a Muslim saint, or a Hindu saint, or a Sikh saint, what you will see is similarities. Why? There's only one God. And as Sikhs, we're told to go out there and talk about God's name, the love of God's name, get people to meditate. We don't accept atheism, but we know there's good people that are atheists as well. There's good people that are atheists. So what do you encourage someone to do? Meditate. You meet a Christian, meditate. Meet a Muslim. We're here to spread God's name, not our religion. Yeah.
1 minute. When you say
anybody can be a Sikh, by the way. If you want to be a Sikh, you're welcome to. But we're not here to convert people.